Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. My name is Jane Stallone. I am an intervention specialist here at Cornwells, as well as the Title I coordinator. This is our annual Title I meeting. So let's get started. We are very excited about our 25th anniversary here at Cornwells. Yes, in April we will be opening our time capsule. Very exciting stuff. So hopefully you can make that event because it's going to be magical. I just copied the agenda down from the hard copy into here. These are the things we'll be going over tonight. We'll go into all of these topics in more depth in each of the slides. That's just a little overview for you. So what are the goals of Title I? We want to increase student academic achievement, as well as provide additional instructional supports to our students. We want to provide additional professional development for our staff and promote parent education and engagement, because we're a team here. It's the students, the parents, the teachers. We all work together as a team to make the best for our students. I want to direct you now to our Cornwells Title I website. And you can reach this website by going to the district website, then the Cornwells page, and under parents and students, you just want to click Title I information, and that's how you get here. So this is always up on the website. I do update some of the tabs on the right side periodically for fresh information. But anytime you forget anything you learned about Title I, this is where you want to come back. Okay? So we are school-wide Title I, and Title I is a federally funded program, and we qualify for that based on the amount of students in our school that receive free and reduced lunch. So over 50% of our population is entitled to that, and therefore we get district funding for our school. And that funding creates additional teachers, such as myself. My salary is paid from this funds, and we get other funds to buy things for the students. We recently got some beautiful leveled libraries for our K and 1 students for guided reading. Beautiful fiction and nonfiction titles. We gave those out to the teachers. And the kids love getting those fresh books in their hands. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with this. It's right here on the website. But just so you know, again, every child could be eligible for Title I services. And that would look like reading or math instruction, 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week. Mrs. Bryant is one of our other intervention specialists. And we also have Mrs. Morrell, who is our intervention specialist aide. So we can pull 3 groups of students at a time, which is great because other buildings we only have 1 interventionist. So we are able to service more students with extra staff. Okay, I think we've talked about most of these. We definitely want you to get involved with school and family engagement. We have lots of activities through the year. Home and School has a meeting every month that Title I's also a part of. That's a great way if you want to get connected more but not sure how, come to those meetings. And we'd love to hear your opinions and ideas to make the school even better. Some other information over here on this Title I website. We have CHIP information if you're looking for it. There's lots of flyers, both in English and Spanish. The Helping Children Learn newsletters are here. They're also posted in the SMORE newsletter. And this Title I documents section, I update this as new documents become available. After our meeting tonight, I'm going to upload some new policies that we're going to review tonight together. So these are always here. And the SPAC, which is State Parent Advisory Council, their information's there as well. So these resources are here all the time, in case you ever have any questions. Okay, so we use Title I to improve our school-wide programs in both reading and math. Students can qualify for either reading or a math intervention, not both, because that block that we use is the 30 minutes every day that doesn't take your student out of any core learning. It's just an additional support to your student. But that's only 1 time a day, so it's either reading or math. And typically in the K-2 range, it's usually always reading, give those kids a boost up, and then in the upper grades, we focus heavily on math as well. Okay, as a parent, you have a right to know a lot of important things, okay? All of our staff here needs to be highly qualified, Okay, and if we have a situation where a staff member has to take a leave and we need to fill that vacancy with someone that is not highly qualified or certified to teach that area of instruction for more than 4 weeks, we are obligated to let you know, and that would come home in a letter to you. We would list that teacher's name and the qualifications they do have. Like perhaps we had a case where we had a librarian out and we had a certified teacher but not a certified librarian. So we sent that letter home to those students that were having library with a teacher but didn't have a library certification. So anytime that situation occurs, we have the obligation to let you know about that. One of the other things that we do as a school-wide school is a parent and family engagement plan. Okay, this is a plan that we make together with families, teachers, and staff. And the whole goal of this plan is to make sure we're doing the best that we can for your kids. Okay, we use data and things like that to create the plan. And here it is. I'm going to display it here on the chart. I'm going to give you a few minutes in the audience to take a look at it, and we'll make any revisions together that you like. Thank you everyone for your input. I really appreciate the time you took to look at this and working together with us to make the best plan possible for your kids. Just so you know, we do review this plan again, usually at the January Home and School / Title I meeting, because we want to keep it as fresh and as useful as possible. This will be posted on the Title I website after it's finalized and scanned into the computer. Another document that we work together to make and review is the Title I Compact, which is just a fancy word for an agreement. In there we list the parents' responsibilities, the teachers' responsibilities, and the students' responsibilities. So again, we are going to look at that together and see if there's any additions or changes we want to make to that. As I mentioned, there's the school's responsibility, the parents' responsibilities, and then the students' responsibilities. Okay, so we'll take a few minutes together to review that. I'll be back shortly. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate your input. You're part of the team, and you're an important part, so thank you for your input. Okay, the third document is the PA Future Ready Plan. This was formerly called the School-Wide Plan. If you've heard that in the past, it's the same plan, it's just got a fancy new name. And we use this plan, again, to set up goals for ourselves so that we're always making sure that we're doing better and we're getting the most student achievement as possible. Now, we do use school performance data for that, and currently ours is not quite available yet. We have some benchmark tests we've been taking, but we won't have access to that data until tomorrow, actually, because Dr. Douglas Ferraro is our guru and all that, and he uploads it all, and tomorrow is the big upload. We also have a new data warehouse called Linkit, and so there's going to be lots of cool new options and different reports we can run and really mine that data and see where the students are excelling and where we need to spend more time giving them that extra push. So we are going to review that once it's back up and running at the October Home and School meeting. You are always welcome to join, but if you want to see more about that, you're going to want to come in a couple weeks to that meeting. As I just mentioned, our school achievement data, we don't have that available at the moment because it's not uploaded yet, but we are working on that, and when we meet again in January to discuss all the plans, that will be completely available to you at that time. So Home and School, we have an amazing Home and School board. There are so many events they're always planning. These people are working so hard to create awesome fun events for your children outside of the school day. We have monthly meetings here at Cornwells in the Audion 1. You can also see updates from them in the SWPBS newsletter emails. They also have some things sent out through the talking points, like we just sent out the trunk or treat. Very excited about the trunk or treat. It's going to be amazing. So if you didn't get that, let us know. We'll get that home to you. There should be a paper coming home as well. They post all of their updates on the Facebook page, and they're always looking for people to come and volunteer, whether it's for School Store Day, which is a super big event if you're a student here at Cornwells Elementary School. they live for school store day, let me tell you. So that's always, we're always looking for more people for that. First Color and Pretzel Day. They're doing a fun run. There's gonna be so many different opportunities, and we'd love, love, love to have you. You do, however, need your clearances because we're around children and that's the law. So if you've not sent in your clearances, here's a link for doing that. They are good for 5 years, okay? And for volunteers, they're absolutely free. So you just need to do most of them are done online. You can scroll down here. If you're new to it, you do the new registration to the app garden, and it'll walk you through. You need to do your fingerprints, your child abuse clearance, and your FBI clearance. And if you've not lived in this state for, I think it's 10 years, there's one more additional. I forget.
It's the affidavit.
Oh, the affidavit. Okay, thank you. Yes. So that is necessary to have on file in the office, or our lovely secretary, Mrs. Moore, will not let you in.
Yeah.
Okay, she is always here to protect our children. And if your paperwork is not filed correctly, she's not going to let you in. Apologies in advance. Okay. So this is my contact information. Again, my name is Jane Stallone. The best way to get me is through my email, even if you just say, can you please call me? Because checking that voicemail can be a little confusing and tedious at times. So, shoot me an email, send a note with your student, and I'll get back to you whenever I can. We really appreciate you coming out tonight. My last slide is just a link for the staff directory if you are looking for anybody in particular. We have a lot of new faces here this year at Cornwells, which is really amazing. We love that. So if you're looking for anybody, if you just go to the Cornwells page, and then you go to faculty and staff, you'll get us right here. So our extensions and our emails, I definitely would recommend sending an email. Even if you want somebody to call you, just say, please call me when you can, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Again, we hope to see you at some future events, home and school meeting in a couple weeks, and have a wonderful evening.
Good evening and welcome to our School-Wide Positive Behavior Supports Night. I'm Kelly Ann Cherry, our kindergarten teacher here at Cornwells, and this is a short presentation on how School-Wide Positive Behavior Supports works at school and how you can incorporate it at home to support your child's success. We have had a change in some of our team members, and you can see their names up here. But all in all, everything is moving right along. So, our mission statement for School-Wide Positive Behavior Supports is to promote an environment that supports children so that they can know that they're in a school where they're learning how to be responsible, respectful, and safe, and you can read through it right here. We are supporting a collaborative approach between school and home. We have expectations at Cornwells, and these have been taught in every area of our building, from the classroom, hallways, bathroom, bus zones, buses, and assemblies, and big area that we talk about all the time is our playground area. So we teach children what it looks like in all those areas to be responsible, respectful, and safe. There are posters throughout the building to remind them of these expectations and how they should behave. And we do non-examples as well to keep it fun so that they know what they shouldn't be doing. One of the fun aspects of school-wide is that we reward students who are exhibiting these behaviors with positive tickets. Any adult in the building might receive a ticket that morning, and when they see a child who is behaving with all those expectations, positive, respectful, responsible, and safe, they'll give them a ticket. They will explain to them why they're receiving the ticket. The ticket will then go to their homeroom teacher, and the next morning they'll get to put it up on the Cougar 200 board. The postcard will come home to the family so that you can celebrate at home and tell your child how proud you are of them for making good choices at school. Every month, we host a school-wide celebration. During this time, we review our school song, our school expectations, and we even have a school chant. There's been lots of different events over the years, and you can see up here, one year the mummers came. We've had different types of games, team sports, out on the playground, out in the field. Last year, a big highlight was when the band came down and the marching band performed for the whole school. So this is one aspect of the program to encourage students to make good choices and celebrate together and build that community. We had our first assembly this past Friday, and Mr. Unst played the Cornwells song, and the kids were beaming from ear to ear, singing how much they love Cornwells. Home and school connection. This is the key. This is why we're talking to parents tonight. I just want to read this because I won't say it correctly. The most accurate predictor of a student's achievement in school is not income or social status, but the extent to that which the student's family creates a home environment that encourages learning, expresses high expectations in their children's achievements and their future careers, and becomes involved in their children's education at school and in the community. Thank you for participating tonight. You're showing us that you are involved in your child's future and that you have told them that you have high expectations for them. Communicating this to your children is very important. We know what we have for our children, but we need them to know this is why we do this. This is why we hold you to a higher standard. This is why we want you to make good choices at school. So continue to do that and build that relationship with them, and that the same things that are expected at school are also expected at home. And just like we've gone through and taught children how to behave in all of those different areas to be responsible, respectful, and safe, that's something you can do with your children at home and explain to them. What does it look like to be responsible? Does it mean when you come home from school, you put away your shoes, you sit down, do your homework? How are you safe? Do you practice good safety on the internet? And how do you treat your family members? So all of those little pieces are very important because the way we treat our family at home extends to how we treat our family at school, because we are a school family. Family meeting, pick a time. Set up a time with the kids and let them express to you, what do they think it looks like to be responsible, respectful, and safe? Also, explain there's positives. You do the right thing, we're going to do some sort of reward and a family time together. If you're not following the rules, there's also consequences, and be firm on that. Follow through. A great idea is to set up an incentive program. It doesn't need to be things that you buy. Kids aren't always looking for that monetary thing. They're looking for that extra time with mom or dad, snuggle time, a good book. They get to pick the movie that you watch as a family that week, or maybe they get to hold the remote. It could be as simple as that. They get to pick what you're going to make for dinner together. It doesn't need to be complicated, but it does need to be communicated. So let them know. Some ideas in there are to have them earn points, and over time they can work towards a big goal. So this is what I was just briefly saying about the expectations of consequences for unexpected behaviors. The biggest thing is, when your child does something unexpected, stay calm. Take a deep breath and listen to them. We're the adults. We need to be the rational ones and set a good example for them. Remind them of the expected, Remind them of the expected behavior and teach them how to achieve that expected behavior. Also, let them know ahead of time. If you break this rule, this is going to be the consequence. And make sure they match up. So if they're doing something simple and they're leaving their shoes out, maybe the consequence is you need to clean up everybody's shoes today. If it's a big rule that they break in your house, putting their hands on their brothers and sisters, maybe the consequence is they lose a privilege and they need to earn that back. All right, tips to be successful. Stay focused. I love this quote, results come over time, not overnight. So don't expect, we had a family meeting yesterday, everybody's gonna be perfect today. It doesn't happen that way. Set little goals, baby steps. Take one step at a time. Give minimum attention to unexpected behaviors and stick with the positive. Find what's happening. So in education we say the 2 praises and a push. So praise them, find the things that they're doing right, and then say, okay, we're working on this, let's try to change this one little piece. So, Cornwells has been doing a great job with our school-wide positive behavior supports program. A few years back, the former team had the opportunity prior to COVID to actually go out to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we did meet our goals and we became a banner school. And I'm sure that's going to happen again this year. There will be a parent survey coming sometime soon through Talking Points, so be looking for that. And there are some resources that we can also post for you. Thank you for your support, and teach those children at home, just as we are here at school, to be responsible, respectful, and safe. Have a great night.